There must be, it's not possible. Rebbe Nathan gets married at 13 years old. By the time he's 13 years old, he knows the whole Gemara, Shas, Tosfot. He's a prodigy. He gets married to the daughter of Rab David Tzvi Orbach, who is the Gadol Ador, who has Eliyahu Navi come to learn Torah with him, that he sleeps on a bench the whole week. And he marries at 13 years old, and he goes into the Beit Midrash of Rab David Tzvi, and he's going Michayin and Chayin, becoming greater and greater. But he's always missing something. Always something is lacking. What are you lacking? You know the whole Torah. It's lacking. His father-in-law used to have a shiur Torah every day. Imagine shiur. Why it's asur to be Hasid. Aracha between Mincha Avit, all the proofs why you're not allowed to be Hasid. Your father is rich. Your father-in-law is the Gadol Ador. You're supposed to be the next rabbi of Ukraine, not the rabbi of a shul or a neighborhood, the rabbi of the country. You're supposed to be the rabbi of the country, and it's not enough. He has a chavruta. His name is Rab Lipa. And Rab Lipa, when they're learning between the breaks, he's throwing him Hasidut, Rab Zushe, Noami Nemelech, Berdichov. Rebbe Nathan is holding. No, it's not true. He's not letting go. But it's going in the ears. He says, listen, you learn good, but you're missing the fire, you're missing it. One day, a Hasid came in, and he did Netilat Yadayim. Not Netilat Yadayim. Baruch, we know the Netilat Yadayim, Asher Tidishanu. And he looks and says, Netilat Yadayim. He's on fire. Rebbe Nathan saw this, he says, 1 second. He goes and he says, what is that? What did you just do? He said, Netilat Yadayim. He said, no, that's not a Netilat Yadayim. Where do you get that energy? He said, I got it from my Rebbe, Rab Zushe Anipori. Rebbe Nathan cracked. Okay, I have to see this. There's something here. So he started to travel. Rab Zushe, the Rav Nisis, every Rebbe you can imagine. Now he's getting from his father furious. You don't go there. You're not allowed. His father-in-law even more. And Rebbe Nathan does not care. Rebbe Nathan is willing, even for a safek, maybe, to advance a little bit. Not for sure I'm going to improve. If there's a chance, maybe 1 in 100 that I'm going to get a bit bigger, Rebbe Nathan is willing to go, and he goes. And he becomes close with them. The sefer that the whole world talks about, the Kiddushat Levi of the Rebbe Nathan, there's many portions that are written by Rebbe Nathan. He wrote them, Kiddushat Levi, Berdichov. He's called by Rebbe Nathan, Mein Nosele, Mein Natan. And still Rebbe Nathan is there and feels missing. It's still missing. It's not enough. What do you mean it's not enough? Now you're already Hasid. Now you're already next to the Kiddushat Levi. Rabbeinu said on Kiddushat Levi that he was the highest tzaddikim of the time. Rebbe Nathan is there on Motzei Shabbat. And here's going to be lesson number 2. Lesson number 1, something is missing. Lesson number 2, Rebbe Nathan is there on Motzei Shabbat. It's Menah B'Malka. And Rebbe Nathan was matmid. He didn't waste a second. And here they're schmoozing, they're singing, it's cool. But for Rebbe Nathan, he feels like, is this it? Now they're missing bagels. Emergency, there's no bagels. There's no bagels. Oh, what's going to be? There's no bagels. So they do a goran. Who's going to go get the bagels? Who falls on the goran? Rebbe Nathan. You're going to buy bagels. So Rebbe Nathan is walking to go buy bagels, and he writes that he's crying. That's what I came to the world to buy bagels. That's why I left the Rabbanut. I was going to be a Gadol Ador, and now I'm buying bagels. That's what I came to the world to buy bagels. In the middle, he sees a shul. He sees the window. He jumps in the window. The shul's locked. He goes in the window. Forget about the bagels. They didn't go back. He opens the Echad Kodesh, and he takes the Tillim. He starts to say the Tillim. He's Marbitz Tillim. 1 kapitel, 2 kapitel, 3 kapitel. 50 Tillim. I'm sure it was at least 1 hour. I'm sure at least 1 hour. He gets to Mizmor Nun Aleph, which we say in Tikkun Chatzot. And it's a tefillah where you cry to Hashem, and he starts crying, and he starts crying, and he starts crying. This is what I came for, this is what I'm here for. There must be more. And he falls on the ground, in Bechiot, with the Tillim on the floor crying. He's crying, and he's hitting his hands, and he falls asleep. Rebbe Nathan falls asleep. Now Rebbe Nathan has a dream. And in the dream, he's on the ladder, and he's going up 1, 2, 3, and he falls bang to the floor. And he tries again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and he falls. Again to the floor. And he goes up another time and falls, up and again falls. Until he gets to the highest, he gets very, very high, and he's about to fall, and somebody on top looks at him and says, oh, just hold on. Just hold on. And he wakes up. Years later, 2 years later, if I'm not mistaken, Rabbeinu moved from Zlatipoli, Medvedika, I can't remember which one it was, and he moves to the city of Breslev, which is 20 kilometers from Nemirov. Now Rebbe Nathan goes to Rabbeinu. And who does he see? The one in the dream that was Rabbeinu. Lesson number 2, don't give up. Just hold on. And if you don't look through the whole Likutei Halachot, this is the message. Just hold on. Don't give up. If you want to be Hasid Breslev, you need 2 things. If you don't feel something's lacking, you won't come here. If everything is good, you won't wind up.